To kick off this evening's festivities, please join us in welcoming a group of Celtics legend family members who have had their numbers retired in the Garden Rafters. They are introduced in order of when their number was retired. Representing number 10, JoJo White, please welcome Debbie White. Representing number 2, retired in honor of Red Auerbach, please welcome Red's daughters, Randy and Nancy Auerbach. Representing number 35, Reggie Lewis, please welcome Donna Lewis. And now, introducing Celtics legend, retired number 31, Cedric Maxwell. And the last number to go up to the rafters, he knew, the captain, and the truth, number 34, Paul Pierce. Paul is joined by his teammates from the 2008 World Championship team, number 20, Ray This day in May will be remembered forever.
It's an honor and a privilege having my number retired and raised in the Rafters with the other great Celtics.
I would like to thank you wonderful, wonderful fans of New England. I just couldn't imagine playing anywhere but Boston.
The best sixth man I ever had are you fans right up there.
I knew every single night that we stepped on the court that we were going to give it our best shot. A lot of times when we're championship years, I was lucky enough to win 3 of them here, and those were absolutely the best days of my life.
No offense at all to my good friends in Springfield, Massachusetts, but the Hall of Fame is right here. This is the Hall of Fame.
I dedicate my life to basketball. I dedicate my life to Boston Celtics.
What more can I say? Thank you, Boston. I love you.
Where would I be without the fans? Where would I be without you guys? The best fans in the world, Celtic pride, will always be with me and my family.
With the 5th pick in the 1995 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Kevin Garnett from Farragut Academy in Chicago.
One of the most intense players you'll see in any sport. The newest member of the Boston Celtics, Kevin Garnett.
Every ounce that you have
NBC Sports Boston play-by-play announcer, Mike Gorman. Mike.
Thank you. And I'd like to welcome everybody here, everybody watching across the country, and everybody watching around the world to the Kevin Garnett Member Retirement Ceremony. You know, it was about 14 years ago, and I remember it pretty clearly. You go left out of the hotel, you go down to the bottom of the hill, you jump on the train that's there, you go into the very last stop, and right there being a World War II armory that was actually the home court now for an Italian basketball team. Now, why is that important to know? That's where Kevin Garnett would play his very first game in a Celtic uniform. I remember being really anxious to see KG play. I mean, this is a Celtic team that lost 18 straight games this previous year. I mean, we needed help. I didn't even want to broadcast the game. I just wanted to sit around and watch this guy and see if he could possibly be as good as everybody said he was. By halftime, I wanted to find Danny Ainge rather than give him a hug. This guy was crazy good. He covered fives, he covered ones. He destroyed anybody who tried to get near his basket. He got all the way. He passed out a half dozen or so assists. He had a couple of blocks, maybe 2 or 3 steals. He screamed at an opponent. He coached one of his own teammates, and he stared down an official. And most of all, he played this preseason game in a suburb of Rome, with about 99% of the United States asleep. He played that game like it was his last, and so he would all year long. From that primal scream that preceded every single game, to the smile on his face that Dino could bring, so Gino got some dancing. After destroying everybody in the East and the Lakers in the West, he rolled into the area. And then he rode around the city of Boston on a bow of a duck boat, while thousands came out to cheer Kevin Garnett. So for all the radio guys, Kevin, and the audio guys, and the camera guys, and the tape guys, and the guys in the truck, and the staff of the TD Garden, all the people and the vendors and the ushers and the security, men and women who work here, the police, the medics, the bull gang, but most of all for the fans who jumped on, who held on, and loved every minute. For them I say, thanks for the ride, Kevin. Thanks for the ride. It's just like the old days, Kevin. You got Perk right behind you there. I see it right over your shoulder. We've got a long list of good speakers tonight. We'd like to have the first one be the person who told the truth about Kevin Garnett. And I will do the truth, Paul Pierce.
I didn't really come up with anything prepared, so I guess I'll just speak on how I feel. What more can be said about a person that hasn't already been said? We all know what he brought to the table night in and night out. His intensity, his passion, his dedication. It always was, you know, you say so many things that describes Kevin. And, you know, I just want to say, I know I speak for myself, I speak for the fans, I just want to personally thank you. Thank you. As we all know, you know, before we got here, we had one of our worst seasons, and you were just that injection in the arm that we needed. And you know what better way to revive a franchise than bring the energy that Kevin brought every night, his spirit, his passion, his play. You know, fans, you had a chance to see him on the court. You know, and I was lucky enough to meet Kevin as a teenager and kind of know him and see him away from the court. But, you know, he's probably the nicest person. He has the best stories. I'll tell you that. And I remember sitting on the plane, and it was like every year, you know, I'm right here, and he's sitting with the young guys, and he's telling the same story. And I'm hearing the same story every year. And I notice how the story always changes. And I was like, y'all know what I'm talking about. But that was Kevin, man. He always brought the group together. He was the most selfless. I mean, he gave his last, and we appreciated you, man. I mean, you brought a sense of culture to this city that was desperately needed. And you brought Boston pride, Celtic pride back. As a brother, and just speaking for everybody in the city, the crowd, ownership group, every player that had an opportunity to play with you, we love you, man. Thank you.
KG, congratulations. Thank you for all the good years you gave us.
Thank you for being a Boston Celtic.
Thank you for deciding to become a Celtic.
Congratulations. There's no more deserving player than you.
Your tenure as a player has been one of the most inspirational periods of the Celtics' history.
I never heard anyone say, I bleed green. And KG, you're the first.
I'd like to congratulate him on having his jersey retired, but more so for being who he was, the right person at the right time for a city that needed him.
KG, thanks for all the years in Boston. You really brought that energy and that liveliness back to us.
KG, the Boston fans loved you. You changed the culture of the team. You made us a champion.
KG, congratulations on getting your number retired. It's exactly where it needs to be, up in the rafters.
Being on that Celtic team, that old championship team, man, is unbelievable. The leadership, the professionalism, man. And I'm glad that your jersey's been retired.
My brother, Big KG, Big Ticket, Big Lord. Just want to congratulate you on having your jersey retired. You were the fiercest competitor I've ever played with. But other than that, you were the greatest teammate I ever played with. I appreciate you, brother. Love, health, and wealth. Congratulations.
Man, I'm so hyped right now. Is that even possible?
From the bottom of my heart, I want to make sure that you enjoy this day, enjoy the moments, and we're all rooting for you for life.
We have truly been blessed as Celtics fans to have watched you close up do what you did for the Celtics and for the rich lore of the Celtics history.
I'm happy for you, and there's no bigger fan than good for you, Bob.
KG, thank you for reminding us that anything is possible.
Welcome to the rafters. Now you're here forever. You're always here in our heart, Boston fans. Now you're here, up in the banners too, so wherever you go, thank you so much for all the wonderful time and years that you gave us.
The mark that you've left on the game, it's only fitting that your number is being retired in Boston.
Your jersey is going to hang in place that is, I mean, that's hallowed ground, the Boston Celtics. So congratulations, you earned it, you deserve it.
The Celtics greats and the Lakers greats, they are different than the rest of the league because the tradition of the Lakers and the Celtics is something truly special that we all marvel at, and you deserve to be there.
KG, Clemmy and I want to add to the many congratulations you're getting for this well-deserved honor. We really appreciate the fact that you helped all of us raise our game. There are a lot of people that talk about being authentic today. You are the authentic leader. You helped not only your teammates raise their game, but those of us in the peanut gallery as well. Congratulations. We love you, man. Best wishes.
Big fella. Congratulations. Sad I can't be here. Obviously, I'm working, but I wish you the best of luck. I'll let you be back on the west side. Love.
Well, KG, congratulations on getting your number retired. Seems like a long time ago that you and I were in that gym in Chicago before the draft, and come a long way, big fella. And I couldn't be happier or more proud of you for your career and everything you've done. So, congratulations. Number one up in the Raptors, fantastic.
Congratulations, man. This is about you, my friend. Congratulations.
Kevin, well done. I saw you give me. I'm glad to see you remind me of this in detail. Always enjoyed watching you play. And now our jerseys hang together in the Raptors. As you once said, anything is possible. Congratulations.
I love it that you guys booed Isaiah. Now we'd like to invite Kevin to join Celtics managing partner Rick Grossbeck and his wife Amelia Fazzolari, along with co-owners Steve and Judy Paliuca and Bob and Esther Epstein for the presentation of gifts.
Kevin is being presented a replica of the retired number banner on which the number 5 will permanently live in the rafters. An original work of art by esteemed artist Daniel Malzberg, a colleague that includes a piece of the original Boston Garden parquet, a custom engraved bottle of Cincoro Extra Amino Tequila, and an NFT gift basket including 5 original collectibles. Please welcome the Celtics managing partner and governor, Rick Grossbeck.
Kevin, I got 5 words for you. 5 words. Heart, commitment, loyalty, leadership, championship. Everyone in this building, everyone in the world knows what you did when you came here in 07. That first practice, you brought all your energy, you changed everything. You've got great teammates, great coaching, great fans. You changed everything when you came in. I saw it, we felt it. You played defense like we haven't seen since Bill Russell. You brought Celtic pride back to everybody around the world. You carried us forward, and we put that banner in the ceiling. I'm here to say, I think we're all here to say, thank you, Thank you. We put together a video we're going to roll right now. This video shows everybody who you are, what you're about, what it takes to be a great Celtic, what it takes to be a great man, a great champion, and the last number 5 that will ever play for the Boston Celtics.
This is a love story. A classic love story. The story of a player, a team, and a city that were destined to be together.
When you look at the body of work, the 6 years I was here, no one can ever take that away from us. That was our era. That's what we embedded in history, and that's forever. I think we will always bleed green as long as we're playing basketball, as long as we're living, even when they bury us 6 feet. It's just what it's going to be.
With the 5th pick in the 1995 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Kevin Garnett from Farragut Academy in Chicago.
In 1995, Kevin Garnett changed the game. He found a new home in the NBA in Minnesota. Through long winters, the kid became the big ticket and eventually the franchise. He was the MVP, the best defender of his generation, but a run to the conference finals was as close as he would get to his dream. In 1995, the Celtics also found a new home. There were also long winters and a run to the conference finals. But something, or someone, was missing. By 2007, the unselfish superstar and the star-crossed franchise were still 1,000 miles apart, and light years it felt from a title.
Right now, some breaking news. Jack McCollum of the Boston Globe and ESPN reports a deal is in place to send Kevin Garnett to the Celtics. To begin with a big ticket. That's right. Kevin Garnett officially a member of the Boston Celtics.
The news now in the Boston Celtics. Kevin Garnett. But when you speak on basketball, you speak on fans and how they feel about their sports here. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I thought this was probably my best opportunity in winning the ring. Here we are, man, number 5.
I've never been around a player like Kevin, ever. I've never seen a guy that committed to winning. And the reason his voice is strong is because he backs it up with his actions.
Anything less than a championship is a failure. That's what it is. It's only one winner.
Kevin Garnett and the Celtics, people said, just needed something more to reach the top of the mountain. Turns out what they needed was each other. He made his teammates better. He made the fans crazier. He made the Garden louder. And he made the Celtics again. In a city, single-minded in their purpose, joined together to chase a dream, well,
it is beyond anyone's wildest dreams that they agree to which the Celtics are dominant. Here comes the roll. And fouls out of the back to Garnett for the slam. KG crashes to the floor, but so might have the hosts of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Celtics to the throne. Today, he becomes Celtics royalty.
Celtic fans, please welcome to Center Court for a conversation hosted by Brian Scalabrine. I love it, the man who did put the Celtics in Celtics again, Kevin Garnett.
Big time! Hey, listen, man, I knew y'all fuck with me, but I ain't know y'all fuck with me like this.
You know, they told me you said, I want Scal to interview you.
Yeah, man, you're doing your thing, man. Congratulations, man. I love watching you on the broadcast. Congratulations on the Emmys, man. You're doing your thing. I want the white mama, damn it. Right. You nervous? Look.
I was nervous when they told me.
Please, dog, we up here chilling. You got it?
What's this day mean to you so far?
This is incredible, man. I swear, man. I want to thank, obviously, the NBA, David Stern, rest in peace, Adam Silver, but I got to thank Wick and the ownership group. Thank you, Wick, for this, man. This is a class act. I couldn't have pictured this. I didn't expect this at all.
When you got here, you looked up at the numbers. When did you start thinking, like, that's where I want to be cemented in history?
You know, I'm gonna tell a crazy story, man. You probably ain't gonna want to hear this, but Antoine Walker, man, before I got here, shout out to Cybertron. And me and Cybertron went at it, you know, for years. He was like a foe, and before I came here, he pulled me to the side and he just gave me some great words of wisdom. And I took that into the press conference, and the first thing I did after the press conference is come in here. I looked up at the Raptors and I just manifested not only a championship, but seeing myself immortal in the ceiling. So it's safe to say that I manifested it. Yeah.
I want to dive into your intensity. Like, where did that start from?
You know, my coach is here from Farragut, Coach Wolf. Shout to Wolf, you know what I'm saying? I know you're in here somewhere. I like to think that he gave me the tools and kind of the know-how to get out of my own way and to actually not be afraid to have a style. And the style is all energetic. You know, I'm a passionate person. And he gave me kind of the know-how to just go out and actually be who you are, man. Let that passion out, let people see who you really are on the court. And I've just been able to be like that since I left Wolf Fashion.
You talked about how sometimes it was hard for you to control the intensity. You had to find out like how to make it so you could take that energy and put it on the court. Who helped you with that?
I wouldn't say it was more of a how to control the energy, because you know no one tells you how to actually use your superpower, right? You know, that's how. You know, my mom's a very energetic person. She's a very hard-working lady, and I watched her work hard, and you know it's like in my DNA. So at times I would have problems when I would lose and turning it off and being able to control it, being honest. But you know, yoga, manifestations, being zen, farming, I figured it out.
Your focus is unmatched by any, and I think we can all say this, any of your teammates, we've all had teammates, your focus was next level. Like,
How do you get to that point? That clock hits 60, starts ticking down, you become a different guy.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, man, I'm a perfectionist, you know? And I can't even front, man. At night, it would drive me crazy. I know we up there having fun, but it's been some nights where I haven't had much sleep, and I watched 30 tapes on the guy, and I'm watching and I can't turn off. You know, it sounds like a good thing now, but at times it really haunted me. But, you know, I got it under control and it worked for me.
When you're in Minnesota and you're struggling and you guys talk about, or you want to maybe call Paul Pierce, or you want to figure out how to team up here, like how was those conversations? What was that summer like before you finally, because I know you're a really loyal guy to an organization, to a city. How hard was that to do that?
Being loyal was something that's part of my DNA, man. P and I are real friends in real life, so whenever I would run into him in like the All-Star games, we would always have a chat. He would always bring it up. We would always flirt with it. You know, I think the one time I came in here and played, had a decent night in here, he shot something to Wick, and we kind of had a laugh about it. And then when it started to become real life, we actually got serious. And the infamous Danny Ainge came and saw me, and it was just, shout out to Danny Ainge in here. Yeah.
You also said that when you got here, you were better able to handle those conversations with management, ownership, coaches, players. Like you felt like you were a different leader when you walked onto this floor.
Yeah, Minnesota, I like to shout out Minnesota, man, because they actually predicated me and molded me to be able to become the boss of the Belmont, you know? When I got here, I wanted to have a certain understanding with the ownership group. Doc and I was always on the same page, and when it came to communicating with the players, that was an easy thing. But those years in Minnesota actually grew me for the time that I got to Boston.
Now you get here in 07, 08, right from the jump, pickup games, intense.
Right.
You had, first we're going to shout out the bench. Leon, Big Baby, Eddie House, they're coming at you in the pickup games.
I was listening to the videos and everything in here, and I kept hearing that it was saying that I came here and made players better, and in all actuality, those players made me better. And I like to think that we made each other better. Now, I want to say something, man. It's good to see Ray Allen here, man. Real shit. Ray next, damn it. Well, but I like to think that these players made me better, man. And I'm a very focused individual. I take my craft really serious. I work really hard. A lot of players say they're in the gym, but I'm really in the gym. And then, I'm really working on mine. And I like to think that Baby, Big Perk, Leon, everybody on our squad made me better, man. I thank y'all for that. Real talk. Shout, real shit.
Specifically with Ray and Paul, Ray works, Paul works. 40 minutes, next day, 9 a.m. one-on-one game. You always keep your eye on those two and the work that they were putting in, trying to one-up each other?
Not one-up each other, but you gotta know real recognize real and still sharp and still. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, I'm not coming here not watching them work, they watching me work. You know what I'm saying? And we all pushing each other. We something Ray do in his drills that made him a better shooter. I would take a little bit of that. He has some stuff that, on the one-on-one game, I actually took a little bit of his patience and his IQ. So yeah, I was taking everything. Eddie House, one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Big Perk is one of the best defenders. Big Baby, to be short and know how to use his size and space. I was taking stuff from everybody, man.
Let's get into the playoffs, the run, Atlanta, Cleveland, Detroit. What was that run like for you being here? That run was crazy, if I'm being honest, man. I have been in the playoffs before. Obviously, this is our first run. But if I'm being honest, man, we have so much confidence in ourselves and our team that I really think that, man, the only thing that could stop us was injuries. Real talk, man. If we don't get injured, man, we get about a couple more rings out of this, you know what I'm saying? That's just my only hope. But that run, man, that run was one of the more magical runs I've ever had in the playoffs. Probably one of the more memorable things. I got my kids here today, Capri and Coach here with me. Capri is born in the Thank y'all for being my day today. Thank you, Capri. Thank you, Cavallo. I love y'all. Right? Shout out to the Pilata family here. I didn't get to see y'all in here. Jim Pilata, the Pilata family. I know y'all in here. Yeah, but that was a magical run, man, and I'll never forget that.
So Kevin is always linked to legendary stories, right? So can we get this, let's get this arm wrestling story cleared up. Herc just tell me it was two guys. I thought it was just Baby. Baby was crushing everybody. Why did you challenge him?
If I'm being honest, man, I didn't really want to do any of it. I was just sitting back like the OG, just watching everybody. Like, look at these coming on and playing arm wrestling. We got a game tomorrow. What y'all doing? Y'all arm wrestling? And, you know, Classic P, man. Classic P got up, Baby slammed, you know, first Baby and Leon. Now, y'all don't know this, but Baby and Leon like the little brothers that's always wrestling, fighting, spiting, grabbing. So we always breaking them two up. So, you know, they arm wrestle. Meanwhile, Doc letting us do all this, by the way, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, baby, you know, slam Leon, boom, Eddie House, everybody jump up, TA, yeah, baby, yeah. So big fella come out his shirt, Me and Pete kind of sitting back watching, and then Pete go, shit, you want to do that to Tigger? I was like, man, chill out, man, I ain't really on that. And then baby like, hey, what's up? You got a bang, big fella, if you want it, come get it. You know I love you, Lord, but it can only be one silverback on here, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you the setup. So Paul Pierce, he put all the money on Kevin. Nobody else bet Kevin. Nobody on the plane bet KG except for Paul Pierce.
Facts, talking about pressure. Right. Shout to P for that, y'all.
He had his back no matter what. No matter what.
By the way, we had a trainer at the time, Ed Lacerte. Shout to Ed Lacerte. Ed Lacerte was sweating so much. Ed Lacerte was sweating so much.
You know I'm cheap, right? You know that.
Right. Yeah. I know you just sitting back watching. Scouting from the bed on nothing.
Nah, I put 500 on Baby. It was the best 500 I ever spent. I don't know how you did it, man. I don't know how you did it.
Nah, man, you know I'm stronger than what I look like, Scout. Don't give me much trouble.
It's that will, man. It's that will. All right. Okay, a couple songs, right? First of all, In the Air Tonight. That thing starts to rockin' right before the drums, right?
Absolutely.
What's that mean to you?
You know, I actually attach my heartbeat to that song. When I hear that song, I go into another zone. It's hard for me to be at a game with my kids watching the game and then they play that because I always go there. But that song should speak to me. It should speak to my core. And my favorite part of when I played here was we'd be in the back and they would play that song before we came out. We would run out the same tunnel. I was already locked in before I hit the floor, man. I was already on the beat. I was already on the score.
And you love music, right?
Say what?
You love music.
I love music.
Love it.
Music and vibration is everything, yeah.
So, like, this is real talk. How can you listen to the same song in the locker room, in the weight room, on the practice floor, on the plane, on the bus for 2 weeks straight, the same song? How is that possible?
So I'm not a foodie, and you know, I'm not a guy that's a big fan of food, but once I find something I like, I stay with it.
No matter what?
No matter what, especially if it's working. So if that song was working for the 2 weeks, you best believe we're gonna run that back for another 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Best way to explain that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So,
we loved it. We all didn't like it, but a lot of us love KG for a lot of reasons. His choice of the same song for 2 straight weeks and we're around each other for 8 hours a day was not one of your greatest qualities.
It's all good. It wasn't for y'all. It wasn't for y'all. It was for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And no one would touch the radio. No one would touch nothing. They complained, but they wouldn't do anything about it.
Shout out to Rondo, because Rondo loved the radio, man.
And Rondo.
Yeah. You next, man.
He would say something.
Nah, I'm definitely gonna say something.
He wasn't scared, no way. Give me your version of your relationship with Gino on those blowouts. Shout out to Gino.
So for me, when Gino came out, I already knew he was up like 30 or 40. So when Gino came on, it was like I was able to turn off the focus. I was able to enjoy like the game or the rest of the game. I was able to enjoy the guys that got to play for the rest of the game. And that's what Gino was for me. Gino was time for me to sit back and enjoy the game. So whenever it came on, day one, when y'all played Gino in the joint, that meant we won. We won by a big fashion, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so I was around KG for 3 years, and not one time, you can't find a teammate ever say anything where KG would ever put a teammate down. There was one time, playing San Antonio Spurs, and Matt Barner is in here dominating, right? And we go in the locker room, and we're talking, man, you gotta watch Popovich, you gotta watch, man, you know what? R.C. Buford put the good team, Paul Pierce stands up, and he says, who got Bonner? And you know you had Bonner. Who got Bonner? You look at Paul and say, I got Bonner. But he wouldn't be wide open if I didn't have to help your ass on Ginobili. One time. Hey, true story?
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. But yeah, I got my ass kicked by Matt Bonner here because of Paul Pierce. Thanks, Pete.
Now, but that was part of you guys' relationship. Like he was the one guy, well, Rondo too, but those guys would talk to you like that and you would go to another level. Bonner didn't see the hoop in the second half. And you saved me because, you know, I was thinking, Danny ain't signed the wrong ginger, man. Like, you probably should have signed him instead of me.
Stop it. Stop it right now, all right? You the white mama, all right? Matt Bonner's not the white mama, you understand?
All right, KG, you got the floor, man. Anything you want to say to these people?
No, I just want to say thank you again, Rick. Thank ownership. I want to thank Danny Ainge for the vision. I want to thank Doc Rivers for coaching us hard and getting us to a point where we was invincible. I want to thank all the guys, man, for showing up. Thank y'all for coming here today, man. It meant a lot, man. So all the Celtics that's playing here, man, thank y'all for staying. Appreciate it, JT. All y'all, man, I root for y'all, man. Good luck in the playoffs. Keep kicking some ass. Keep playing together. You know what I'm saying? Last but not least, man, I want to thank all y'all, man. It's been real, man. And we never thought y'all love me like this. I love you, Boston. I love you, Northeast. I love y'all, man. Big time!
Celtics fans, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. A culmination of a legendary career. And at this time, we welcome Kevin and his family over to the banner as they raise it to its rightful place up in the rafters. fans, how about one final applause for number